going to tell you all 3 stories that have to do with the major theme of God in my life. You will see as these stories unfold what theme may appear. When I was around 3 or 4 years old, my mom left for Malaysia to be with my dad, but this was more than just being with him. It was for our family as a whole to have a better life. So at the time, I didn't fully understand why she left, but I knew that she didn't leave us forever, and I knew that we'll be reunited someday. During this time, my brother and I were given the choice to choose whom we want to stay with, and we chose my aunt from my mom's side of the family. I didn't really know my aunt really well or her family. Like, I know that they visit us a few times, but I didn't really know them. I was really young. I don't have memories of them ever coming to see me. But we felt comfortable with them, so we chose to live with them. And they lived in the rural side of the country of Myanmar, whereas the area that I was in originally was in more like the city side, Kalemyok, which is like more city. Moving there, we didn't. They spoke a different tribal language, and so that was something Donna and I were like kind of shocked at. Knowing we were like, oh, there's different language other than what we've spoken already, and we picked it up pretty quickly. Like living 3 months, we got the language down, and then we made many friends. I would also say that, like I said in the beginning, it was like a rural town, and so it made us appreciate what we had, and we were very humbled by that experience. The place that we lived in, or the area, is called Tambu, and we only lived there for like 9 to 10 months, so less than a year. But I'll say I don't regret like living with them. I think it was the best choice for my brother and I during the time. Our aunt and uncle was really good to us, and I didn't see them as like a aunt and uncle, but rather more like a mom and a dad, and my cousins more like siblings, like actual siblings. I just have many good memories living there. Funny memories. It was one morning, my aunt normally makes the best fried rice, and I still remember that. She was calling everyone for breakfast, and Dot, who was still sleeping at the time, came down, like running down the stairs. That's my mango! That's my mango! Don't touch it! And I was like, no one is eating mango. No one has your mango. It was like a battle. He was making it a huge battle, but it was just with himself. Looking back at it as an adult, I just appreciate that era and that place and the people. I think if it had been the other way, like living somewhere else than that place, we wouldn't have experienced all that I experienced. My second story I kind of called the first time, or the time I arrived to America, or when I arrived to America. We arrived in February 2010, so I was 6 at the time, turning 7 a little bit later that month. And when we first arrived in the airport, we were picked up by our agents, and along with our agent, there was this family that we've never met. We've never met anyone, but they were a family of 5, and they also greeted us. And then this family kind of stayed with us for our like the first 5 months of living in America. They took us to places, grocery shopping, and they were really good to us. They became our friends, and we became their friends. And they would visit our family every week or every other week, and we would go out and have picnic with them at Milam Park. Those minute juice box, like maybe watermelon or flavor or orange flavor, and it was a lot of fruit and cracker, which you know, as an Asian person, that's not something we really ate back then. But it was good. It was good regardless. And we played, and it was really fun. They also invited us over for family dinner a lot, and they introduced us to their friends, and then Dot and I played really well with their kids who were around our age at the time. And they gifted our family a bike, but it was like one bike, a singular bike, and my brother and I would fight over that bike. Like, this is for me. This is a girl bike actually, so it's meant for me. But luckily, we learned how to ride a bike from that. And so during Thanksgiving, they gave us a turkey, and we were like, this is not chicken. It's a different kind of bird. And they gave us turkey along with a gift for Christmas gift, because Thanksgiving and Christmas were, you know, pretty close to each other. And so that was like the first time I experienced opening gift and what gifting looks like to us, because we never really had that. That was very generous of them too. Unfortunately, they did have to leave for Thailand for missionary work with the whole family, so um, they left. But at the same time, I was really grateful to them. Not just myself, but I'm pretty sure my whole family is grateful to them for just being so kind and generous and loving. Even though we're like complete stranger, they did so much for us, and we will never forget them, and I'll never forget them. And this is where Dot and I fought over the bike.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's still here. They haven't changed at all. I remember my friend lived there, friend lived there, friend lived there, and a friend lived right there. Oh, wow. That's, yeah. It wasn't just we knew them and they knew us. It was like we are friends with them or eat meals together. And I think that was really good for us to have, because like coming into a new country and not knowing anyone is really hard. But like having someone who from the beginning like um, picks you up and take you places, I think, how do you say gift? It's like a really special special thing. Maybe I can.
Special grace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think we needed that. I'll call it Finding My Place, my home. So this story starts off by my older brother, actually. My older brother, Dot, was attending youth night, and he had been going to this place for the longest that I can remember. Like, he'll come home on Monday night, and I just see him, like, talking with one of our good friend Becky's in the car, and I would like look outside the door, and I was like, who is he talking to? Like, what is going on? Like, and then I realized he's talking to Becky, and I was like, okay, now I know, because I've done that now. But before then, I was like, this is really strange. He gets to stay out really late and be with people, and I was really jealous of him. But when I was around age 15 or 16, he invited me to come to youth night one time, and I went, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's people everywhere. Like, different people from different places. And my first experience was just really good. Like, I was like, I want to come back to this. And one thing I really took out from this is that, like, DOT has people. And that was something that I really wanted, was my people, like someone I can be with and feel like I belong there. But I always distinguished that this is his people, and I would have to find my own people later on the time. And I started going to youth night more, and he was okay with it. And so the more I go, the more I just really liked. I'm like, I want to be part of this place, like these people. And then Dot also luckily was gracious enough, and he's like, you can come to Saturday night too. And I was like, okay. And I come, and I like noticed a few people, because a few people from youth night was also at Saturday worship night. And this was during COVID, so everyone kind of was wearing a mask and, you know, trying their best to not be so close to each other. But regardless of that, I really enjoyed Saturday worship night. It was like filled with people that are just so loving and welcoming and really friendly. They like greeting me, "Are you Dot's sister?" And I was like, "Uh-huh." Like, I was really shy, but they were like, "You're Dot's sister, okay? Okay." And I was like, oh my gosh, these people are also really loud. And then I keep making the same distinction of like, this is Dot people, and like, how do I become like them or with them? And the more I go, the more I realize, okay, Bawi, like you have them, and they're your people. God has placed them. Like, there isn't like, you don't make that choice. Almost like, I have placed these people for you, so take this, you know. And I was like, okay. And so I continue to attend both youth night and worship night, Saturday worship night. And these people, this community, has really become a safe place, safe people, and people I'm comfortable with, because these people are kind of like me. They have stories within them that I learned or know that within Proskinel community, people are from different places, and people have different background and different cultures and different stories. And I also know that within different stories, there's yet this like similarity. We are able to embrace that differentness within each other, and that was one thing I was really fond of that I got from this community. I always wanted something like this. I really craved a community or a place that I feel like I belong, but I've never really gave myself permission to like be part of it. And I had this sense of feeling like, oh, this doesn't really happen. And I'm like, what is this feeling? Almost like I have never felt this way, like this type of feeling never really came out when I was with other people or other community. And I was like, oh, I know what this is. Like, this is what it's supposed to be. This feels right. This feels like where I should be at. And this is when I like gave myself to be, or this is when I gave myself the permission to be here, present with my community. Like, this is where I belong. This was the major theme throughout my story. God placing people who met me where I was and who came when I needed them. We are more engaged in each other's stories than we know. I'm in your story now, and you are in mine.
Right now.
I love the sound.
These can be the bloopers at the end. This is the process of storytelling, everyone. This is where it starts.
Wait.
And where it ends.